jump right into theories, and we'll go.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you say.
So I'll start with what family and friends and some of the search and rescue officials think. So a theory emerged and grew more compelling as time passed. A month prior to Than's hike, a national park employee had personally climbed Split Mountain and encountered a large hole with a massive, unstable boulder at the top. He observed a boulder the size of a car fall into the darkness below. He was quoted saying, "It was so deep he never heard the sound of impact. As rescuers were unable to traverse this chute and reach the bottom, it is one of the only places on the mountain they have not been able to search. The edge of the cliff is close to the approximate place where Than was last seen. Than's wife, family, and friends, and the rescue teams have come to accept that, given the search results, it's likely Than fell into this ravine and lost his life. If this is the case, Than's body will never be found." And there was some even more wild conspiracy talk on the internet about this. And then there was some more measured conversations that it wasn't a hole. It was probably almost a vertical.
But they couldn't see to the bottom of it? Is that the idea?
That I don't understand. There's people, on forums that said they have hiked the summit and have seen something kind of like this. But I just don't understand if this is what happened. I don't understand if it's just like a vertical ravine or like a very steep cliff, why they can't just go to the base of it and search.
That's kind of yeah.
And if they're an actual hole, why can't they send a drone down or send a camera down with on a rope or something?
Yeah, I'd definitely like to know more info about that area.
So that is really the only theory that I was able to find. And like I said, this case is less than a month old, so it was a little more sparse on information than some of the cases that we cover. But you can look in this Google Earth image. There are some very steep areas where... Try to zoom in.
Yeah, go 3D mode. Yeah, we saw how rugged it was. This is very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key. This saddle's not too bad. I'm guessing that's kind of the approach.
Yeah.
Oh, a little too crazy. But yeah, there's some gnarly spots that you wouldn't want to fall off of for sure.
But I don't understand if it's just a steep cliff for a ravine, why they can't search, at the bottom of it. I think the theory that he fell is probably a good theory.
Yeah, unfortunately, I feel
unfortunately,
I'd say that's the most plausible. Just because of how well you can see everything, and the day they were searching. Let me go back to some of these pictures.
Clear blue sky.
Yeah, it was great day for searching.
So things I can rule out: animal attack. I don't think foul play was involved. This area is incredibly hard to get to, especially where he was last seen. There was only maybe a couple other people hiking up there.
Yeah.
I think if he had some kind of medical emergency near the trail, they would have found him right away. I think
he's kind of wearing muted colors. That might be hard to see.
Yeah.
I thought that blue was a lot brighter.
I think probably what happened was it was 3:00 and maybe he tried to push forward to the summit, but realized I just can't do it today.
Yeah.
And then started to turn around and it started getting dark out and he lost the trail. And those other hikers,
if you're here at night,
yeah,
you wouldn't be finding anything.
No, that's why you'd have to camp the night and wait till sunlight. And then I'm guessing he got turned around, was way off trail, and fell down one of these very steep cliffs. And somewhere where they weren't able to find him, maybe he got covered up in debris as he was falling. He maybe triggered other rock falls that covered him.
Yeah,
look how much loose. If you scroll through some of those pictures,
go back.
Yep,
no, that's good.
Yes, if you look through these pictures, look how much loose rock is around.
Yeah.
So you got to think.
There's one that I saw that really illustrate like this.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a dump.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you see a garbage dump, the scree is so bad it looks like it's garbage from far away.
You know, it wouldn't take much. Maybe he was hiking near the cliff edge and he stumbled and tripped over a couple rocks, and he fell, and then those rocks started falling. It triggered other debris falling down, and perhaps he was covered up, which is why the searchers weren't able to find him.
To me, that's the off the deep end.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, your original theory makes the most sense, but this is so open.
Yeah.
It's so open. The craziest theory would be like 1 in a million. He fell with rocks and he was buried.
Yeah.
Because like I don't even see how like logically that would happen, but that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like outside of like, oh, it's aliens is off the deep end. Like,
I mean, there's a chance he made it down farther than people think, and he got lost once he got into like the Inyo forest. Because remember, he would have to get all the way down Split Mountain and then hike all the way through the Inyo National Forest to get back to their car. Yeah. So,
I mean, he's experienced enough. Maybe he would do that. I don't know.
But he had a jacket, at least, at Red Lake.
Like, where's Inyo Forest? I mean, like, see how, because look at how sparse that is.
Yeah. So he had a jacket at Red Lake that he never went to get. So you'd think if it was laid out and cold and he's coming back down, he would at least
a different spot.
He would at least stop and go get his jacket. You know, anything is better than nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have to believe that
there's no forest around here. Like this spot over here.
Yeah, and the Inyo National Forest is more to the east.
Yeah.
So far away, you zoom out.
He's not that far. No way. Where did it say the trailhead was?
Red Lake.
Red Lake.
If you go to All Trails, it might show you.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct in that. I just want to see right. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, so even if he started going back this way, there's not a lot of vegetation here at all.
And Red Lake was where he had a helmet and jacket stashed.
Yeah, and if he got down here, you're following the creek. You can do that at night. If you get down to this creek, you're fine.
Yeah.
If you're in the mountains, actually, you get to this lake, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all connected. And this is easy. This would be, quote unquote, easy. I've just been in mountains like this, and if you have a lake that's streaming down, and it's that open, that's not a difficult one, and you're not going to get lost.
And we're making some assumptions on his. Yeah. We know that he hiked this area before, and he's an experienced climber. We're making some assumptions that means he's experienced. He has experience, like survival experience.
Okay, so there's a trailhead. Yeah, so I didn't even look at that fully. So he's coming up here all the way, and they go kind of up this ledge.
Yeah.
All the way to the top. That's very doable. And they said they were 1,000 feet from the top, so he's probably up in this
2 hours to the top.
So probably in this region here.
Yeah.
Would be my guess, because this is pretty gnarly. This would take a while. Yeah. So maybe even up to like where the snow is. I can't see how he'd get lost without falling in some sort of cave.
Maybe he decided to continue. From what I read, basically, if I don't want to get this wrong, but I think people are saying
we're doing theories. So I mean,
people are saying that
this is pretty steep.
If you can't get to the summit by 3 p.m., you got to turn around.
Yeah, this part would take a while right here.
Maybe he attempted to get to the summit. Maybe he made it up there, but it was getting too dark out, and he tried to come back in the dark.
But the other people were ahead of him.
Yeah, they would have seen him.
They would have seen him
come up or down.
I don't know. It's like literally, I think your boulder cover is the off the deep end. I think there's probably a cave or some hole if you went off too far off trail and just fell down too deep.
Yeah.
Maybe broke a leg and then no one could hear him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's the most plausible thing that happened. Is just fell somewhere that they can't see him.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think we can't verify that this theory about this hole that this giant car-sized boulder went down. And a lot of people online were skeptical of that.
Theory. Not hitting the bottom. That doesn't sound accurate. I mean,
even car-sized boulder, you're going to hear it eventually.
Yeah, it's going to cause a lot of disruption.
My guess is it was just a really steep drop-off that this boulder went over. So yeah, based on how little foot traffic this area gets and how rugged and remote it is, I don't know. It could be a long time before his remains are, maybe found. And if my theory is correct that he, maybe got covered up by debris caused by his fall, he may never be found. Which is sad. You want closure, but it's just an interesting.
It's a wild one because it's so visible.
It's a wild one, and I think it's so recent. I thought it was an interesting case, and I figured getting more exposure for the case because the family really wants to find him. It sounded like he was a great guy. He started his own charity for something to do with children, and everybody said he seemed like it seemed like a really nice guy. So who knows? Maybe somebody will find him.
Yeah.
At some point.
We can only hope, I think. That's for sure.